Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode, we went and built up the lighthouse behind me in preparation for getting to work on a small little port area. And, well, since then, as you can see, we've gotten in the rest of the road. We don't have all the grass in yet, but the road itself is in. And I have been doing a little bit more work around here as well, and just playing around with what we can do for our main road to our port. And that is this one right here. It's pretty much all stone brick variants. So we've got deep slate, cracked stone, mossy stone, regular stone, and end stone. And of course, we got some path blocks in it to kind of make it look a little bit more worn down, as well as a bit of sandstone, kind of parts where it's been worn smooth. And I think it's okay. I don't overly like it, but we have some time to go and play around with that. And, well, I might just go and change this all up later anyway. But the road is dug out, it is marked out at least. So if we want to change it, we'd have that already marked out and set up for us. But today we need to work on getting the port in, and that is going to be this area right along here. We've got this white wool line here all the way along the coast. That is going to be our main port road area. And then the green wool there is marking out where we're going to put our pillars. So we basically just need to figure out what we're doing for that main road and how we're going to do our piers. So what I'm thinking for this main port road here is this is going to actually be a 5-block space, roughly. I think that's what I have marked out here. Yeah, kind of. Anyway, this is going to be a 5-block wide space here. And I think we're going to do mostly endstone bricks. We are going to mix in a bit of endstone into it as well. I know we just tore out a bunch of endstone and we're just going to put a bunch of it back in. But I think that'll look good. We'll put in some sandstone as well. Along the edges, we'll put in some of our, what is it called? Cut sandstone. Should have realized it was cut sandstone. Anyway, but we'll put in some cut sandstone and figure out how this is going to work. Again, I want this to be mostly end brick because this is supposed to be the port. It could be what is throwing me off on that road up there is that it is mostly stone and not end stone. So, yeah, we'll have to do some playing around with this. But I want to do that. We'll have maybe a wall along the edge here. Should be able to get some sandstone slabs that we can hide our lights under. So that needs to go down. Looks like we need to free up some space for endstone here. But other than that, I think this is going to be okay. We may expand this a little bit more. Not really sure, but I am going to go mess around with this, see what we can't come up with for this, and then I'll be right back. All right, so there we go. We have the entire marked out area of the shore path here in, and as you can see, I decided to mix in a bit of deep slate, cobbled deep slate, and deep slate bricks into the path. I think that just looks so much better than just having the very tan build thing, and also it stands out a little bit more from the unterraformed end stone around here. But we just need to figure out what's going to go on the ends here, right over here, because there's supposed to be a building here. I don't know if that might change. We might push this back and expand this out. Maybe do like little stalls or something along here. And we also have to determine what we're doing over here with this weird little section. We might just take this little peninsula here out, expand the road out to here, and maybe we can put another pier going out here as well. But this section here is going to tie back up to the path we did last time. Still have to figure out how we're going to mix that in and exactly what we're doing for that. And then there's going to be another little path leading off from here that'll just go down to the beach area. And I think that'll be nice. Again, we just need to figure out what we're doing with that section. But originally, this, I was thinking we were going to do the piers off of here, which is the next section, because you can't exactly have a harbor without a place for ships to dock. So as I was saying, we need to get the piers in, and originally they were going to go off of this level, be mostly endstone, at least endstone bricks, and that would be it. But I've been doing a little bit of thinking, and I think we aren't going to do that. Instead, I've started kind of marking out section down here that is endstone, sandstone, bricks, and a bit of birch. And I think that this area here, we're just going to put a fence going along here, do some endstone brick, maybe some deep slate brick walls for that. And then every so often, like maybe right over here, we use these to mark that out. And right over here, I think, we don't do anything with that, will be the actual lower section of the harbor, which started this out as 3, thinking that might be enough. I think we're definitely going to have to do 4. So we just need to get that in. We need to do something with this wall here. Maybe we'll just continue this down a bit. I don't know. Have a play around with that. See what we can't do. Maybe we'll do something with some chiseled blocks. That might look nice. This is supposed to be a little bit fancier, but we have come across one small problem. Namely, all of our birch wood that we have out here is right there and then being used to mark now. So we need to go get more of that. So I think I'm going to go get back to the redstone pit to use our new little tree farm that we built. Should get us a decent amount pretty quickly, especially if I add more dirt blocks into that to allow us to grow more trees at once. And then I'm going to go get that little herbicide path in, and I'll be right back. All right, and there we go. As you can see, we got an endstone wall in. Still don't quite know how we're going to end this path up here. Maybe we'll just kind of have it fade into the building there. But down here, we have this whole area in. See, I added in some stairs and trapdoors here. And slabs, just to give it a little bit more depth. And I'm quite happy with how that turned out. It looks okay, mostly. And I'm still kind of playing with it a little bit. Sure if the slabs at work or if they're just too deep in there. I think the stairs look good though. I'm trying to make it look a little bit more boardy and more like it's kind of worn down a little bit. But now we just need to get our piers in, and that is going to be basically figuring out where we marked those out and adding them in. So we've got one here, and I think this is actually just going to be mostly the bricks. Probably should add in a bit of the wood as well and go from there. But I think we'll start with a 3 block. No, 4. It's got to be 4. I think we're going to do very much of the wood anyway. I want it to mostly be endstone bricks, a little bit of endstone, and see what we can do from there, hopefully, and stop placing stairs the wrong way around. So these aren't going to go out very far, I don't think. Maybe 10 blocks? Let's see how 10 blocks looks. All right, I think that looks all right lengthwise, but definitely a little dark. Maybe we should actually expand that out a little bit farther. Oh, let's start with this for now and wait until we can actually get some ships in here. But yeah, it looks a little dark. That's better. And yeah, I think that probably ought to be expanded out another 4, 7 blocks maybe. Again, we'll have to play around with the different length eventually, but we still have 2 more of these to go. We can actually knock this one here out and go. There we go. Finishes out the wall. And now we just gotta get the other 3 in. So I'm gonna go take care of that. Possibly go light up under here so that we stop getting the Enderman. And then I'll be right back. All right, there we go. We now have the other 2 piers in, and I think they look all right. I do think we need to eventually expand these out a little bit more and figure out what else we can do with these. But as you can see, I added lanterns onto the stairs. I think that looks nice. Might put some on the wall here as well. I think we've got a couple more in storage. But that in, it's about time that we started adding a couple decoration things. We still need to get that wall in, but we can do stuff like putting in, say, small little barrel crates on the side here, like the stuff that's just been unloaded. Got some barrels as well we can put in, and just little tiny details like this that we can use. Even fill these with like wheat or something. We actually can get enough wheat to make hay bales or spare any from the redstone pit. So we could actually fill these with something and make it look like they've actually been used a bit. Or we could just have them sit here empty. That works too. Put our barrels down, just willy-nilly over here. And I think will help add to the details around here. Even put a couple barrels out on the pier, I think, as if they've just been unloaded. And I think it's looking kind of nice. I don't really know what else we can do. So, again, it's just figuring out small little details like this that we can hide around here, sticking a few in here, just to kind of add some details into there. And yeah, we don't have any ships yet, in part because I just don't have any ideas of what to do for ships in this area. I've never really built a whole lot. So I'm gonna have to go and play around with that and see what we can fit in here. Other than the barrels, I'm not quite sure what else we could do. Not a whole lot of stuff that would really fit in this area, at least not right now. I suppose up top we could put in little stalls and stuff. That would also require moving the houses back, or at least figuring out nice big areas here. So we'll have a play around with that. For now, though, I think we're just going to leave it at putting a few of these in and seeing what we can make out of this. So I'm just going to go and fit a few of these things in, and then I'll be right back. All right, so a few more random barrels in the middle of the pathway and around later, and I think it's looking pretty good. We did go and add in a fence here. Got birch and jungle in there. I might go grab some oak to mix into there with the jungles just to make it look like it's been kind of worn and weathered a little bit. Which I'm thinking the oak might actually provide a good transition between the birch and the jungle. We will have to play around with that. Which, do we have any oak? Not on us. I think I might have some hanging around though. So let's go quickly grab some of that and see if we can't do something. All right, let's take a look at that. I don't think it looks too bad. I did go and play around just adding like one little bit here and there to the other rails, and I think it looks all right. Not entirely happy with it, so I may just change it back. But I don't think it looks bad, and I'm pretty sure if I leave it here, it's gonna grow on me eventually. But again, we added a nice little rail here. Don't know if we're gonna maybe put some down along the piers. Might be good. So just little bits of rail and such along here. I think that looks all right. Yeah, I like that. So we've got a few things to add in here. But I think other than that, this is looking all right. It's looking kind of barren and not very busy right now. That's because we don't have any ships. Thinking maybe we could put some armor stands out here doing things, maybe get a little bit of life. I don't know, but I think just as a blank little area here, it looks pretty nice. I've never really done a port thing before, so for first attempt, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. And we didn't do anything with this wall, but I'm thinking maybe some polished versions of deep slate. Which there's no polished endstone, so maybe some polished deep slate, some endstone bricks, and cut sandstone. That might be good. I'll have to play around with that a little bit. But for now, I think that is going to be it for today. I'm really liking how that's turning out. Again, I'll have to play around with a little bit of stuff here and there. But at least for a start, I think it's looking pretty nice. If only we can stop the Enderman. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more what is going on here in this end hub and in the rest of the world. and I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.